Josh Allen and these Buffalo Bills wide receivers are tearing things up during 2024 training camp. Clearly the best we've seen this offense be this early in the season. Highlight coming out of training camp yesterday, the first day with pads on, we could see Curtis Samuel high pointing that ball, coming down with it. And does this not flash us back to the Stefon Diggs drop in the final game of the season? Stefon Diggs, a similar catch to Curtis Samuel here. Of course, Curtis Samuel has the grip strength to come down with this ball. And bam, look at him, even smacks his head on the ground. He's jumping after the play. I think this is another major difference between the Buffalo Bills wide receivers in 2024 compared to years past. Do we really think Gabe Davis would have done this in training camp? Do we really think Stefon Diggs would have sacrificed himself in training camp to go up after this ball and make a play? You know, I think Stefon Diggs was a little bit too diva to do this, and maybe, to be honest, that's one of the reasons why he dropped it versus the Chiefs, because he no longer was wanting to practice it. Now, Curtis Samuel is entering year 8. He's a veteran, but he's hungry. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's still doing things. Here it is, Stefon Diggs, the drop, the famous drop, going up after it. Should have been caught, and he just doesn't come down with it. Another angle of it, we could see Josh Allen throwing it deep, and just Stefon Diggs should have had it, and he dropped it. I really like this comment here. Curtis Samuel's impact on the Buffalo Bills offense so far, even with the pads off and on, were very high expectations and clearly is bringing an element to this team. And if you listen to Curtis Samuel's interview that he had, he specifically stated, go back to where Joe Brady was using me in the past as a running back out of the slot on the outside. Joe Brady specifically stating the Bills don't have a true X or Y wide receiver. You know, all these players are going to be tasked with learning the entire offense. Any given play, someone's going to be first in the progression, someone's going to be second in the progression. You really never know. Every single one of these players is going to be versatile in this Buffalo Bills offense. Josh Allen continuing to slang the rope here. We could see him hitting our guy down the seam. Bam! Keon Coleman with another touchdown. What a beauty, and it continues here, not only in training camp, but all offseason. Keon Coleman has been balling out with the Bills. You could see Dalton Kincaid here getting involved. Joe Brady specifically talking about players wanting to have fun, having to celebrate after big plays, running down the field and celebrating the big plays. And last year, we saw that, and I made videos on it, that we really didn't celebrate the big plays. Like, there was no one running after one another. There was no one really having fun on that football field under Ken Dorsey. And this year, it's completely different. We are so far ahead of where we were in years past this early in the season. Unbelievable catch here from Curtis Samuel. High pointing that ball, celebrating things with our new guy, Mack Hollins. I absolutely love it. To me, it's clear that Josh Allen is on fire. Before training camp even started, an NFL executive said that he was overrated. I made a video stating that he is underrated. You can clearly see he's slanging this ball to rookie wide receivers and making some big-time plays. And this is what it's all about. Josh Allen progressing to the point where we could allocate our money to other positions, getting rid of a Stefon Diggs and a Gabe Davis, relying on rookies and maybe veterans that don't have that high of a salary. Josh Allen is good enough to get the job done with these wide receivers. And to be honest, I think the wide receivers that we have very unique skill sets that could set us apart and open things up on a weekly basis. Depending on the opposing team's defensive players, maybe they have a short, quicker, agile cornerback. Maybe we put a Chase Claypool, an MVS, or a Mack Hollins or Keon Coleman against them. Or maybe there's a tall, longer, physical corner, and then we put a Khalil Shakir or a Curtis Samuel against them to utilize our speed and our quickness against that type of player. We have every single type of skill set at the wide receiver crew and receiving crew for the Buffalo Bills and Joe Brady to get the job done in 2024. Dawson Knox talking about the first day in pads and how the energy is up. We can clearly see a lot of running plays going on, a lot of physicalness happening out there. Ed Oliver Apparently, there's a little bit of chippiness between Mack Hollins and Khalil Shakir. It's getting chippy out there. The pads are on. Josh Allen is on fire. This is iron sharpening iron. There's a highlight from Dalton Kincaid going up, high pointing that ball and catching it. Another touchdown here by Josh Allen. So far, we've seen Curtis Samuel. We've seen Keon Coleman. We've seen Dalton Kincaid all getting involved here, high pointing that ball, going up after it. Josh Allen slanging that ball on a rope. This offense is going to be unstoppable this upcoming season. Another clip to Keon Coleman. We could see Josh Allen looking off the defense, throwing the opposite way, and Keon Coleman's got space on veteran Rasul Douglas. I mean, Rasul Douglas kind of getting burned there a little bit from Keon Coleman, the rookie. I think that's absolutely huge. Keon Coleman is such a bright spot on this team. I think showing himself this early in training camp just proves that he's going to be a valuable asset come later in the season for Bills Mafia. This was a month ago, but it just shows you what Keon Coleman is really fully capable of, going up after it from Josh Allen, doing some big-time things. Khalil Shakir, how could we forget? Brandon Beane stating that Shakir is going to be ready to go this upcoming season. Brandon Beane declaring that he could be a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL. Get him work here from Josh Allen, throwing things on a rope. I think Khalil Shakir is going to be a big part of this offense. Mack Hollins getting in work here. I think Mack Hollins definitely presents a skill set here and an edge to this Buffalo Bills offense. Clearly getting chippy with Khalil Shakir. I think having those types of players on the field to stand up for one another, to fight, I think Mack Hollins is definitely going to be that guy. Brandon Beane even stating that he's going to be contributing to this team on and off the football field. Here's Chase Claypool getting some work in. Another high point grab here from Chase Claypool and Josh Allen, who was rumored to say that Chase Claypool was having actually the best off season leading up to training camp than any other wide receiver. And I know he's hurt right now with a toe injury, but this just really goes to show you the Buffalo Bills are high pointing this ball and catching ropes from Josh Allen, doing some amazing things. We could see even another clip here from Chase Claypool, moving around after practice, catching passes with Khalil Shakir, working extra hard. And we even heard that from coaches, that Mack Hollins showing up at 5 a.m., sweating at 5 a.m., just doing whatever they can to improve this team. So for me, Josh Allen is on fire, but it really stems from these wide receivers, from Chase Claypool to Mack Hollins, Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel, even Dalton Kincaid. All the wide receivers and weapons that Josh Allen has at his helm this upcoming season is just unbelievable. And I really think seeing that this offense is doing so well this early, especially against a great defense of the Buffalo Bills with Terrell Bernard, Matt Milano being out there. I know we had an injury to Mike Edwards at the safety spot, but it's opening things up for Damar Hamlin, for Cole Bishop, and I really think this offense is much further ahead than any other year before, and it seems like we're having fun. We're celebrating the little wins. We don't have any sort of distractions there with Stefon Diggs, with Gabe Davis. I think this offense, this team under Joe Brady and all these new wide receivers that have such unique skill sets and ability to open things up for this offense, no matter who we go against on a weekly basis, is definitely going to pay dividends for the 2024 season in Josh Allen. But I appreciate you guys all so much. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit like, subscribe for future content. That's how you're going to support me and my efforts for this channel. Also, check the link in the description. We have the BNC chicken wing merch, sizes small through 5XL with free shipping, as well as course careers. You guys could get $50 off the full paid course or start any of their free introduction courses. That's personally how I landed my full-time job. I would not promote anything that I did not truly believe in. They are actually networked with like Uber, Salesforce, Intuit. So once you graduate, they basically have hiring managers and recruiters sitting there waiting for you to hire you. And I know how hard the job market is right now. Course careers is definitely the best route if you're looking to start a new career or maybe you're considering college. I mean, for $500 with $50 off using my link, you guys could graduate in 4 to 12 weeks and start off with a $70,000 salary with commissions. But I appreciate you guys. Hit like, subscribe, and go Bills.